I've been waiting for this pedal for months. So I got home from work yesterday and this package was waiting for me on the doorstep. And I've literally been waiting for this pedal to come in for 8 weeks. It took 2 months for Aero Space Audio to build the pedal. Now he's building these pedals out of his garage one at a time. We had the ice storm come through. We've had several other chain delays that caused him to get delayed in building them. However, he was really good at sending emails and he was very apologetic. And honestly, there's nothing else like this on the market, and it has solved a major problem for me in what I do, especially in the world of worship. So for years, whenever I've traveled by myself or with just one or two musicians with an acoustic setup, I've always taken the Roland SP404 sampler. And what I did was I loaded pad sounds into the sampler so that between songs and sets, I could just trigger that pad to be soft in the background while I was talking to the audience or setting up the next moment. That has its own set of limitations and problems. The main two being it's controlled by hand, not by foot. So if you're playing guitar and stuff, you've got to have it like up on a table next to you, and it's very awkward. The other problem was there's no fade ins or fade outs. So you had to manually turn a knob to fade it in, and then when you started your next song, you had to awkwardly reach over there and like fade it out. This solves all of those problems. This is called the Atmosphere, and it is by Aero Space Audio. So it's aerospaceaudio.com. And this is basically a pad machine. And what it has is it's got 5 pads. They're called exosphere, thermosphere, mesosphere, stratosphere, and troposphere. 5 different pad sounds. And then you've got 6 control pedals for your feet. So you can control what key of pad you need, which patch or which pad you want triggered, and then it's got an enter and then an abort. So the engage button will engage the next pad sound and it automatically fades. Beautifully designed, beautiful setup. As soon as you hit engage, it fades. If you choose, while that pad's on, you can choose another key and hit engage and it fades to that pad. Or you can even go and choose another pad while it's running, hit engage and it fades to that pad. Everything is very easily transitioned through that automatic fade, which makes it beautiful. And then when you hit abort, it doesn't abruptly stop, it fades out. So for those moments on stage when you need just a little pad sound under you, this fits the bill. And I know there's a lot of guys who like playing music and just using the tonic note under them the entire time while they're playing, and this would certainly do that for you. It's a clean loop. You'll never hear the next sound come up. It'll just keep that pad going and going and going. I never do that. I always play with stripped down tracks, but this will help in those transition moments. And it's so small. It's such a small little pedal, small form factor. You can throw it in a bag. It's not battery operated. It does use a power supply, but it's a 9-volt, 200 milliamp power supply, so it's going to be perfect. It can go on your pedal board and be powered by your pedal supply that you've already got, or you can use an external pedal board power supply. It does have USB for future firmware updates, and more importantly, it's got MIDI in, so you could use a MIDI controller, and instead of gearing up and down to all of those settings, theoretically you could preset all of those settings ahead of time and just trigger a single MIDI controlled switch, an external MIDI control switch, and jump right to a setting that you've preset for a certain moment. It's called the Atmosphere. Let's go over here and check it out and let you hear what it sounds like. All right, so here is the Atmosphere. You'll notice it has your power supply, and then you do have 2 1/4-inch inputs, a left and a right. You can do mono out of the left if you want to. And then you have your MIDI in and then your USB for updates in the future. I wish it had XLR outputs. That would be maybe the only thing about this entire unit that I haven't liked. And I can get past that. But that would be nice if it had XLRs out so you didn't have to go into a direct box. But to get your ground lift and all that, I'll probably take it into a stereo radial DI anyway. So here it is. Again, you have your 5 pads. We're going to start with troposphere, and we'll just pick the key of G. Pick your keys here. We'll start with G and let you hear it. Here we go. And then again, once you hit abort, it just slowly fades out. We'll try a different key and let you hear a different one. Key of A. And then I can go ahead and select G again, hit engage, and it just smoothly fades to it. We'll try stratosphere. Choose the next pad, stratosphere. Hit engage, slowly fades to it. Try thermosphere. It's nice, you can hear lots of different textures in that one coming through. And then exosphere. So that's it, a must-have tool. I'm going to be using this thing for the foreseeable future, and I'll always keep it with me, whether I decide to put it on stage, because there's certain set lists that I wouldn't need it for. But for those sets when I would need it, man, it's going to come in so handy, and it's going to be in the bag, ready to go. It can be set up in just mere seconds. So this is a perfect, it solves a problem I've always had perfectly. I've already talked to several of my buddies who I know do the same style thing when they lead worship and play music live, and they're all excited. They're all saying they're going to go out and buy one. So Atmosphere, go check it out. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Hit that like button, subscribe today. We'll see you on the next one.